Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Thank you so much for joining me, and if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. For all my regular viewers, thank you guys once again for watching. So I just got my latest deck in the mail today and I posted it on Instagram. So by the time you guys watch this reading, hopefully I'll be able to upload it this evening, which is the 23rd. But, you know, of course, depending on when you tune in. So this particular deck, it's focusing specifically on third-party situations. So either that's currently going on for you, or you have experienced that and maybe going through some challenges still in an existing partnership. You know, however way it's coming through, let's go ahead and tap into that energy and see if there's a solution or perhaps a lesson tied into that you're being guided to learn at this point in time. So these are the three decks that I will be using for this particular reading. Of course, the Indiscretions deck, the Stay Inspired Oracle cards by Sister Moon Tarot, and these are the Angel Answers deck. So I will include them all down below in the links for anybody interested in purchasing them, in addition to any of the tarot decks that I'll be using. All right, guys, so let's get into it. General advice as always, so please keep that in mind throughout the reading and take from it what personally makes sense for you and always release what doesn't. All right, guys, this is literally the first time I am using my Indiscretions deck. And, you know, third-party situations are, of course, pretty challenging to begin with. So let's see what the overall energy is, and I'm assuming that you are guided to this reading because you're either dealing with this or you have in the past, and maybe you're still thinking about this person or they thinking of you. So angels and spirit guides, please, for those who are in need of this advice and whatever needs to come through here at this time, please bring it forward for the collective, focusing on third-party situations. All right, what do we have? We're starting off with undercover, digging for the truth. So if this is your situation, maybe you are suspecting that your partner is either cheating on you or there's something going on there that you feel the need to investigate. Okay, let me grab a couple more cards here. Okay. TikTok, because only time will heal your broken heart. This one more so it's coming through for those of you who've already experienced it. There's clearly something here that hurt you, that broke your heart, especially when either a third-party situation fell apart or an existing partnership. You know, maybe your partner found out that there was infidelity. It could, of course, go the other way around. So let me grab one more and then we'll clarify with some tarot. Footsies, undercover flirting. Okay, interesting how we've got two cards that literally say undercover. So this was on the down low. This was definitely kept a secret. You know, this person did not want you to know this was happening. And again, it could go one of two ways here, guys. Either you got yourself involved in a third party or were perhaps the person that ended up getting hurt by a partner who cheated on you. Got themselves mixed up in a third party. I feel like grabbing one more card here, guys, and then we'll dig a little bit deeper with some tarot. All right, one more card, please, for the collective. Yeah, look, private affair, confidential, extramarital connections. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this with some tarot decks. Yeah, they didn't want you to know, or whoever got themselves involved in a third party, you know, definitely tried their best to keep this hidden. And now we've got the Five of Pentacles coming through, the struggles, the breakup, the separation, you know, somebody who really has been left out in the cold, as they should have, you know. So this could have been a third party that has been basically kicked out of the situation. I feel for more so for those of you who are or were already in a relationship and then this happened and it either broke you guys up or it created some major challenges. So the party that's been ousted more than likely is the third party. Look at that, 8 of Cups. That is followed by the 9 of Wands. So if you relate to this and if you walked away from that type of situation, good for you, because that could have started this type of energy where you now need to focus on the healing part of things. And the 9 of Wands can certainly represent the fact that you've been through some trying times there, but it's also telling you that you can overcome that. It may take time, but you can absolutely overcome the devastating effects of a third party, a cheating partner, you know, infidelity. All of those things are very challenging. And then here we are with the Knight of Wands. Action-oriented person, yes. Passionate, yes. Non-committal, in and out of your life. So that could have been the problem. The fact that they really weren't interested in settling down, committing. And then we've got the Devil. Some of you guys could be thinking of a Capricorn. You could be the Capricorn here. So temptations, you know, seeking out other connections that could have been enticing, but ultimately, you know, creating a very challenging situation there. It could have been obsessive on their part. You know, it's almost like they were addicted to the idea of being with you, or again, that's how you saw them. Page of Swords, yeah. Tower. Justice. Page of Wands, okay. So I can't help but feel that some of you guys were either married or certainly in a committed partnership. Third party happened. And it got to the point where your friends, family, or maybe even on social media, it got people's attention. You know, more than likely, it was scandalous in a way. You know, people were just really talking about it because it perhaps was something that they never thought would happen. You know, maybe on the surface, you seem to have had a very happy relationship, and so they could have been surprised if they did find out that there was a third-party situation here. And I feel it's just going to take time to bring things back into balance. You could have been dealing with somebody who just really was not interested in settling down. You know, they could have been a lot of fun to be with. Could have been, again, a very passionate relationship, you know, the physical connection, all of that. It checks the boxes. But ultimately, this was a situation with somebody who just wanted to perhaps play with your affections and not really settle down, you know, not wanting to be completely exclusive. So that was something more than likely that needed to continue to be hidden until maybe the universe had a different plan and it came to the surface. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some words here. And I was just guided to use my X Oracle deck here. So let's grab some words. And some of these words could be coming from you to the person that you're focused on and maybe wanting to reconnect with, especially if the third-party situation broke you guys up. So you got to take it from the perspective of whoever ended up getting hurt as a result of that third party. All right, let's grab some words here. So close, but no cigar. Okay, that's an interesting message. Somebody might smoke a cigar. I'm not the same person who hurt you. Okay, I feel like grabbing two more. I'm also getting this energy. Some of you guys were close to getting into a third-party situation, but maybe at the last second you realize, you know what, this is just not going to end well. There will never be another love for me like the love we shared. So if in the event that you were the person that was cheated on by a partner that ended up getting involved with somebody else, they're telling you here, you know, that there really will never be another person for them, and that the love that you guys shared really stands out. They could also be telling you, it's like, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm not the same person who did those things. I'm not the same person who got involved in a third party. Let's bring us back. And then bottom of the deck, no more lies, just the truth from here on out. So if what it is that you're wanting to build or rebuild with an ex-partner is to bring back loyalty and trust, you know, it really does come down to open and honest communication. There's somebody here who wants to reconnect, somebody here who wants a reconciliation, and ultimately knowing that perhaps they made a huge mistake by even, and you know, entering into a third-party situation there. So let's go ahead and grab some tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. What do we need to know, please, when it comes to third parties? Oh, that makes such sense, guys. We've got the Lovers. Some of you could be Gemini. You could be thinking of a Gemini. The next card here is the Queen of Swords. So, Divine Feminine, you might have decided to cut out a third-party involvement. Could have been a Gemini. You guys could both have been air signs here. But I feel it could have been a feminine that put a stop to it or walked away from it. Because if you're coming in as the Queen of Swords, you probably made a conscious choice to end things or walk away from that situation. Because at the end of the day, the Lovers card does represent a decision that needs to be made when it comes to partnerships. So even though, you know, you felt drawn to this person, the attraction and the chemistry, all of that is there. But if it was an extramarital affair, then I'm feeling here my feminines took a stand and decided to end things here. We've got the Nine of Cups. I do feel that there is someone that you are in separation from, and they are hoping, certainly wishing, to reconnect with you. And look at that clarification of that Devil energy, that addictive behavior, perhaps an unhealthy attachment having to do with a third party. Look at these cards, guys. Two of Swords, followed by the Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands, which we've already seen. So there could have been the possibility of maybe a masculine, possibly maybe a masculine younger than the feminine. So there could have been a bit of an age gap there. Doesn't have to be a large age gap, but I do feel more of a perhaps an immature energy coming from the masculine here. You know, we've got that Devil energy coming through twice, and the Two of Swords indicating that when it comes to this particular third-party situation, it's not going anywhere. And, you know, one of you decided to walk away and leave it behind. And the way it's coming through for me, I feel it's a feminine. I feel the Temperance card is coming through here to remind us that when we go through something so difficult that it really will take time to be able to recalibrate things and to bring things back into balance. Certainly takes time to heal from heartbreak and everything that we go through as a result of infidelity and trust issues in our relationship. And remember this card, guys, we've got TikTok, you know, because only time will heal your broken heart. So there's something currently happening for some of you guys that relate to this. Temperance does relate to Sagittarius. So we are currently Sagittarius season here. No, we're not. We are currently in Capricorn season. What am I talking about? I've done so many readings, guys, and it's like that kept coming up. It's like, okay, we're in Sagittarius season. No, we're not. Let me just clarify that. We are now in Capricorn season, and I just find it so interesting, though, that that Devil card does represent Capricorn. So, yeah, I mean, it's just going to take time to heal from that type of experience, because it was pretty devastating. Three of Swords, you know, representing that heartbreak, having to do with that love triangle, that third party. And then we've got the Three of Cups coming through again to just drive that message home that this third party situation, maybe initially, you know, it was exciting, it was fun, very enticing and alluring, you know, that temptation. But at the end of the day, more than likely it did not go well. And there is a relationship that is coming to the surface right now. More than likely, those of you who would like to patch things up with an ex-love, because of that infidelity, more than likely you guys broke up. We've got the Ten of Cups. So it can be restored. I feel that in time it can for some of you. But some of you guys could have also gotten involved with somebody who was married, you know, with kids, with family, and maybe it broke up not only a marriage, but a home as well. It broke up a family. But I feel for those of you who are really just wanting to move on from what this whole experience represents and really wanting to focus on the person that you do love and want to invest your time and energy into to be able to rebuild that relationship, I feel it can represent that as well. And Ace of Cups, I love that because it is representing a more solid situation, more stable manifestation perhaps of a new beginning for those of you who are wanting that. And I love that it can represent a solid offer of commitment from somebody. So if they were messing around before, I have a feeling that energy for some of you anyway, that it has shifted a bit to maybe allow you guys to heal a little bit more and to give it another chance if you're willing. You know, you both have to be willing, of course, because there's clearly someone here that's saying, let's bring us back. Let's bring us back together. And I had to do a bit of a cut and paste here because I totally skipped through a different deck, which was the X Oracle deck, and I completely forgot to pull cards from the Stay Inspired Oracle card, so I am inserting it here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that energy when it comes to the advice for third-party situations, those who are currently affected by it, or those who have certainly experienced it in the past. Let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please. What do we need to know here? All right, so the first one is, rejection. Rejection is a future ego blow to those who doubted you. Let it propel you, never let it define you. I'm kind of picking up also, in addition to that message, that, you know, you've come too far at this point, and maybe if a third party were to approach you and want to return, perhaps they know and recognize that you would reject them at this point. Let me grab a couple more cards here, and then we'll, of course, clarify. Focus. I love that this is coming through. Wherever your focus is what expands in your life. Focus on the positive. Because I have a feeling if you relate to this, your focus has shifted. More than likely you walked away or severed ties. And you're just really wanting to get life back on track, whether that's on your own and just having learned the lesson behind this, or really focusing on reconnecting again with the person that you love and wanting to really rebuild the partnership there. All right, and bottom of the deck, look at this. the most powerful healing tool. You don't have to be in it. Just imagine it. Sunlight. I love that. Considering, you know, we ended up getting the Devil card twice, representing more of a perhaps darker energy, right? And so I feel that certainly picking up off of the interpretation of the Sun and Tarot, representing something more joyful and happier and more positive, which really is picking up off of the Focus card as well. Focus on the positive, and this is certainly focusing on a more positive energy. So let's go ahead and clarify that. All right. So yeah, there's somebody here who ultimately maybe realizes that if they were to reach out or want to communicate with you at this point, that you would probably not be open to it. All right, what do we need to know here? We've got the Eight of Swords here. So, you know, it could be maybe a third party who's stuck in this Eight of Swords type vibe. They're maybe feeling guilty or even regretful. You know, maybe they want to fix things here, or again, wanting to reach out to you, but ultimately realizing that you would not be open to it, that you probably would reject any of their advances. And so here they are, they're kind of trapped in their own head over to how to get over this, perhaps. And some of you guys might even be feeling that too. It's like, depends on how fresh an experience this is, because I certainly have done readings for people where they were involved in a third-party situation, ended up, you know, falling in love with that third party, and were still really involved with somebody else. So it was very complicated. Some people are married and, you know, ended up getting involved and, or really got themselves tied up in all sorts of challenging situations here. But this right here represents somebody who can't get past their own negative thoughts. Look at that, Ten of Swords, backstabbing. That makes sense, you know, especially for somebody who does feel like you were backstabbed by a partner, somebody that you trusted, somebody that you felt was going to be your person for the rest of your life, and they ended up cheating, they ended up betraying you. But I do like that we've got the Fool coming through, as well as the Star, followed by the Sun. I love that. So this is you being able to overcome those more challenging days, to be able to have a new beginning here. I feel the universe has your back on this one, focusing on what it is that you want to manifest in your life at this point, focusing on the energy that you're putting out there, whatever your wishes, your dreams and goals are. I feel that's where this is coming through. We've got the sunlight. You've got the energy of the sun bringing in a lot better days, you know, better days ahead for sure. Radiance, abundance, joy, positivity. So I do feel you will overcome some of the more difficult things that you've endured through this third party situation. And it's clarified by the Nine of Wands, okay? Resilience. And it's interesting to me how this is coming through in this order, you know, especially for those of you who are still healing a broken heart as a result of everything that you've been through. You know, there's that darker cloud, and you've got the sun right here. So the sun will rise. The sun will come out again. Look at that, Nine of Cups. There's something about wish fulfillment here for you. And in time, that can manifest for you, I feel. Especially once you have chosen or are in the process of choosing to detach from a third-party involvement here. You know, and we're seeing the Five of Pentacles again, the struggles that either of you have gone through. Somebody's been left out in the cold, and you're focusing on the warmth of the energy of the sun rather than this very cold vibe having to do with a third party, perhaps. That's what I'm getting from that. All right, and finally, let's go ahead and grab some angel answers here. So this is more of an interactive portion of this reading. Go ahead and focus on a particular question that you might have when it comes to a third-party involvement. And let's take a look and see, you know, what the response would be. Angels and spirit guides, please, for those who are tuned in and needing clarity, needing advice, needing answers for the collective. So either focus on that question. You could either say it out loud or think about it, concentrate on it. And I'm guided to pull 3 answers. Okay, so 3 different questions. You might only have 1 question, and that's okay. But for those who have more than 1 question, hopefully this will give you the clarity that you need. And if it is not the answer that you're hoping for, you know, perhaps that's the universe's way of telling you it's like this is not the situation for you, or maybe it's not the right time to get that answer. Maybe more time is needed. Okay, so let's see. All right, question number 1 for the collective. Go ahead and focus on that, guys, and let's grab our answer. When it comes to third-party involvements, relationships and separation, an ex-partner, what is the answer, please? Romance. Okay, so this right off the bat, it's telling us that you're definitely interested in this individual. It certainly has something to do with your love life, romantically linked to each other, you know, so that could be an indication that maybe as more time unfolds, your romantic life will improve and that perhaps you will find love again. All right, for those of you who have a second question, what is your question? And let's grab an answer. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. Angel answers. What do we need to see here? Ooh, this one says it's up to you. At the end of the day, you are in full control over the direction that this particular situation is going. Okay, so you get to decide. It's basically telling you it is up to you how this is all going to play out. Okay? All right, guys, one last question and one final answer for the collective. That is if you have a third question. All right, here we go. Let's grab that answer. We have within the next few weeks. So whatever question you asked, you know, this is giving you a particular time frame, guys, as to when something might either come to fruition, or it could be giving you a particular sign that you're needing. It's going to take a little bit more time for this one. That doesn't mean it can't happen, or perhaps you're needing clarity on something. It will take a little bit more time. So just have some patience on that one, all right? So I'll leave that there, guys. Hopefully, you know, this reading was able to give you some sort of clarity or answers that you needed. When it comes to third-party situations, a person you're thinking about, or somebody maybe who came through in this reading who's thinking of you. All right, guys, so that's what I've got. I will link all of the decks down below, including my newest one, Indiscretions, which is what I used for this particular reading. And if you are interested in your own reading, I'd love to do that for you as well. That info is down below also. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you next time. Take care.